What's your favorite dessert?
Each of us a dessert. I think about that a lot. So I'm glad you made that joke about that. Jenny's ice cream, I'm obsessed with, and they started carrying it in New York. It's ruining my life. And most flavors of cheesecake. I just love cheesecake a lot. It's so good.
Key lime pie. Big fan of key lime pie.
I'm a bit of a fondue fan from a long time ago. It's really hard to beat a well-made chocolate fondue. It really is. And that said, homemade ice cream. I do some really good homemade ice cream, and there's like a half a container of triple chocolate in the freezer right now, and I promised it to Peter, and I can't go in there, and if I do, I'll eat it. Fancy desserts are not high on my list. One of my favorite ones is simply to be brought a really good ice cream sundae with like about 7 scoops of things I've never had before. And, a little sparkly stick in the top. I've got a great picture of that. One of those from a place in Germany we went to, a town called Speyer. I have never seen a town with so many ice cream cafes in it. And we went to one of them. I ordered one of these innocent looking sundaes, and out comes this thing. Most ice cream scoops in Germany are small. They're like sort of golf ball size. This place had upped its game. These were like tennis ball size scoops, and out comes this edifice of ice cream. And I went, how the hell am I supposed to finish this? Ah, God. The other one I really do like, yeah. Lime sorbet with vodka. A good sharp lime sorbet. I like sorbets. Pour vodka all over that. Give me a dollop of whipped cream. Stand well away.
What's your favorite desert?
My favorite desert is actually Sonoran Desert, which stretches Arizona. I think it's a little bit peaks into California. Maybe I'm wrong. It's Arizona, maybe a little New Mexico, and it goes down into Mexico. I spent quite a few days there doing research in 2017 for each of us a desert, actually. I think it's beautiful. I think there's no one on earth that looks like the Sonoran Desert. It's one of my favorite places in the world.
I feel very kindly toward the Gobi. Though the Death Valley area is quite nice as well.
Yeah. The Sonoran Desert. Wonderful desert. Lots of saguaros. Magnificent. Mojave, also fantastic.
What's your favorite place you've ever visited?
I like a lot of places I've visited. Many of them are cool. I think it has to be probably the desert still. I love the desert. But there's so many places, and they're all different and amazing. Don't ask me to pick. I mean, Iceland's amazing. Botswana's amazing. Tibet's amazing. Which one is better? I don't know. Which one is my favorite? They're all great. The food was better in Botswana than in Tibet. I just want to put that out there. You can do a lot of things with yak, but yeah.
It's going to be on the Rhine, somewhere on the Rhine. It came as a bit of a surprise to me. Most of my attention at the genealogical end had been on my father's side of the family, the Irish side. And just kind of as a sideways part of looking into that, I discovered that my maternal grandmother was not, as we thought, Scottish, but it turned out that her name was actually a worn-down German name, and that side of my family, my adoptive family, because I'm adopted, was scattered all up and down the Rhine like a bad boat accident. And I've always wondered why I like the Rhine Valley so much. It's strange. I mean, there's no scientific reason for this, obviously. You can't have location data written in your genes. I mean, can you? But in any case, Freiburg and Breisgau is one of my favorite places. A beautiful medieval city with little streams, paved streams running down its streets from the hill behind the city that is their water source. Was historically their water source in the medieval period. That's a great place. I really like Freiburg. And yet at the same time, I think also of a little town called Sedrun, which is up in the Swiss Alps, near the Oberalp Pass, which is a pathway between these two very large alpine valleys. Some of the most beautiful places you could ever imagine, and also the source of one of the branches of the Rhine. There it is again. But I was up there working on Stealing Yale King's Roses when the phone call came through from an old friend in Germany who said, "Would you like to be involved in this German film production? They've just lost their writers." And I went, "Yeah." 5 years later, that turned into The Ring, that Peter and I co-wrote. So I can always, I shut my eyes and I can just see the sidewalk outside that hotel in Sedrun where I was staying. And you would look down the valley one way into this wonderful winding green landscape, alpine landscape, and then you would look the other way up the main road, and there would be this enormous mountain wall blocking away a third of the sky, and you just stand there and go, "My God, will you look at that thing?" I was standing there one after lunch, taking a deep breath before going back in to get back to work on Elf King, and this cyclist rides up to me. He stops for a moment, guy, in all professional riding gear and all the rest of it. And he says, "Which way is the Oberalp Pass?" he said. And I just sort of looked at him. I just pointed at this wall across the sky. And I said, "If you just keep going that way, you'll run into it." And off he went. I'm going, "You had to ask me this? Never mind." Anyway. Oh, and Lykerbad, where millions and millions of liters of hot mineral water like Perrier comes out of the ground every day. That's a good place to be. You never have to worry about the shower running cold in Lykerbad.
It's a tie between Paris and Amsterdam. For many reasons, I love both those cities so much and have so many good memories in both of them. So easily Paris or Amsterdam. You can't make me choose because I said so.
What's the weirdest talent that you have?
I can wiggle my ears. Doesn't show so well under the scarf. Never mind. Weirdest. It's got to be weirder than that. I don't know. I think your wiggling is about what I got for you there. Sorry.
I can't promise you this, cousins. But if everything happens fine, and we are at CrossingsCon in Montreal next summer, I will demonstrate the weird talent that I have, which is that I can drink liquids incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. It's terrifying how fast I can drink things. I just have always had this ability. It's weird. I used to use it as a party trick. I will show you. I could drink a bottle, like a liter of water, usually faster than it can pour out. So I have to squeeze it. It's a whole thing. I can't believe I'm telling you all this. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll demonstrate it. I can't promise that.
I have this astonishing ability where I am so incompetent that I can in fact suck the competence out of other people in the room merely by talking to them. I will go into a store, I will begin asking questions about something I don't know about, and by the end of it, the person I am asking also does not know about the topic. Despite owning a store dedicated to it, they will have forgotten that they own a store. It'll get messy. So I think my basic ability to just suck competence out of a room and leave everyone as confused as I am, it's a gift.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for guest interviews and more. And while you're at it, check out this playlist of all our interviews with our guests for 2021.